So why Thanksgiving party? Let's go into the meaning of Thanksgiving. Okay, so reading from the dictionary, giving thanks is actually a verb, and you would know right from primary school that a verb is a doing word or an action word. Okay, so giving thanks means to express gratitude and show appreciation to whatever it is that you have. Okay, and so that is what we are going to be doing. We are going to be expressing our gratitude on the 28th of November. We are going to be showing gratitude for the things that we have received in our lives. Okay, somebody will be going, oh, this Lodina, she probably hasn't got anything at all in her life. That's why she's always coming online to sit there and then doing oops. As a matter of fact, I've got so many things. But I tell you the truth, there is always something that we can find in the things that we do even think that is a bad situation in our lives. I promise you, there are always good to find in those moments of darkness in our lives. Let me share a story with you in my own life. Now I have a son, okay? I've got two sons and my eldest has been diagnosed with ADHD. Now, for some of you who do not know what ADHD is basically somebody who cannot sit still. And when I say my son cannot sit still, I mean he cannot sit still. And aside the fact that he cannot sit still, he makes the conscious effort of making sure that every single person around him would also not be still, because he is not still. And so he would do it through annoying everyone by him. Whatever he would do, whatever it takes for him to do that, make sure his goal is achieved, he will make sure that is achieved. Okay, now you know, as teachers, sometimes the best strategy as behavior that we would use for behavior management will be to ignore people who definitely will be distracting the class. But I tell you, this my son, he is impossible to ignore. In fact, the more you ignore him, the more he increases. He literally will turn up the volume of whatever distraction it is that he's going to do. He is so impossible. He has tried our every patient in this house. You will have a child of special needs that you would understand. Sometimes it's beyond your control. It's something that you can't do anything about, and you may have tried everything and you wouldn't have seen success. And that is the situation we found ourselves with my son. Okay, so that is there. But God showed me something. Okay, one time we went into the hospital, and whilst we were at the hospital, we saw a boy in a wheelchair. Okay, he was a little boy, about 10-year-old, and what was it? He was in a wheelchair. Both mom and dad at the hospital were so grateful. They were literally cleaning him up with smiles on their faces, and they were really thankful for the fact that their son was really alive. And from the reactions we saw, we're like, oh my God, these people have found the good in whatever maybe I would think that is a bad situation. But then between my husband and I, just at that same time, we realized that, you know what? Okay, we know that he derives us. He tests every patient in us, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Like, we would, at least he's able to get up, at least he's able to go to school himself, at least, yes, we would have wanted him to be a bit more calmer, but he's not. So do not tell me, okay, do not tell me that there is nothing that you cannot find in your situation. All right. All I am saying, all I'm asking us to do will be for us to find the time, especially if you can. If it's just 3 times, I would have wanted us to do it daily, but sometimes it might be a bit too much for us. But all I want us to do is to find at least 3 or 4 days in this whole week, next week, and until we do our party, and try and recognize that thing that you are grateful for, even the people that you have to say thank you to. All right, because remember, Thanksgiving is an action word, and so we would have to make sure that we are putting these actions in place. And so what is going to happen on the 28th? Listen, I tell you, the minute we put it in our calendar that is what we are going to be crowning our Thanksgiving journey or Thanksgiving exercise with a party. Listen, we are going to look forward to, we are going to come here, we are going to dance, we are going to praise, we are going to put on our dancing shoes. Do not tell me that you haven't got anything to be thankful to God for. We have got time. You got a phone to watch me on. In fact, you are still breathing. If I want to recount all the things that you can be grateful to God for, you would find it yourself. You don't even need me to do that. And so on the 28th, I need you to come join me. Let's dance and let's sing and let's boogie, let's move, let's lift up our hands, let's kick up whatever it is that we can do to say thank you to God and your children. Thank you to the very people that make you annoyed. Trust me, they are kind many, but we are going to say thank you to every single thing, every single circumstance that we are in. Remember, the Bible tells us to give thanks in all things. It does not mean that it has to be a happy times. I promise you, you and I know in this life that the sad times are more than the happy times, but we are going to choose. It is a choice. We are going to choose to give thanks. We are going to choose to specifically find the good things and say thank you for them. And so until that time, make sure you bring your dancing shoes on and let's boogie. See you later. Bye.